Hi, long time no see. Sorry, I've been very busy and like dealing with things in my life, as per usual. But yeah, so there's not a lot to talk about. But I was like, I wanted to talk about this thing that happened the past couple weeks, and so well, I guess it was technically the past 7 days. And so I got this email. You know what? Let me back up. So Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, she's always like, not always, but like in certain sermons throughout life, she's always like, oh my God, she always says like, God, throw your weight around. And so I was like, oh, like it's a very dangerous prayer, because it's like, if somebody throws their weight around, like things could pop off. You don't even know like what happened. So I was like, oh, like maybe I just do that, because there was a lot of things that's been like very like still and silent as of late. And so I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna see what happens. And so I started like doing that. And I remember, what day was this? Okay, so last week was the last week of March. And so I was like getting frustrated by all the silence, all the stillness. So I'm like, okay, God, throw your weight around. Like, what's going on? What's up with all this, with everything with law? And on the 28th, I got rejected from Cambridge. On the 29th, I heard back from like my first choice, but they were like, oh, we need more information. And then this was postmarked for Friday, but I didn't find out till today, where I got rejected from UCL. And what made me laugh was, first of all, Cambridge rejected me on the same day that Yale and Columbia rejected me 10 years ago. And when I was 18, and those were my first two choices, when I tell y'all I was down bad, I'm so serious. Like, like crying, what is it? Crying, screaming, throwing up, or crying, shaking, throwing up, whatever. That was literally me. And I was like devastated, beyond devastated. Like, I didn't, like wearing all black, not wanting to like carry on with life, which is so dramatic, but also like so just like 18-year-old energy. And so like, that definitely is not me anymore. So then when Cambridge rejected me, I was just like, oh, like I wasn't even phased. Like I was disappointed, but I wasn't able to like, it didn't stop me from living, you know? Like it took a minute for me to like collect myself 10 years ago. Whereas now I'm just like, oh, whatever. And I remember thinking like, oh, well then that's just proof of what God said. Like he told me which school it would be, which one was the one. So when that happened, I was just like, oh, well, I mean, that's technically happening, because he's closing this door. Like, I'm just being redirected. And so then fast forward to this weekend with UCL, I was like not expecting that at all, because I don't know, it had been silent between them, but I just was like, oh, like whatever, it's gonna go great. So then when they too did it, I was like, what? But I wasn't mad. Like I found out today and I wasn't mad. I just laughed. And I never have ever reached a point where like I've gotten door slammed in my face and I'm laughing. And I was like, that's just how I know that I like am in agreement with what God said, because I'm not even mad. Like I'm like, you know what? He can do the miracle without all of that. So technically, like, why should I be sad? Like I was like, I mean, it's not the school he told me, so why would I be mad? Like, you know, like I feel like they would want me to be like crying, shaking, throwing up, but it was not that. Like I was just like, okay, whatever, like next, like literally thank you, next. Like I was ready to just go on with my day, go on with my life. My feelings were hurt for all of like 10 minutes, if that. I think for Cambridge, my feelings were hurt for 10 minutes. When you see how my feelings were hurt for like 10 seconds. So I'm like, but anyway, I just had to say that like, proof that redirection is like rooted in rejection. And I was not mad. I should have been mad, but I wasn't. And I'm like, what a moment, because like those are like top schools, so it would have been justified for me to be mad. But instead I was just like, yeah, no, like that's not how we're gonna play this. But yeah, so I'm doing well. I'm sitting here on my lunch break eating this banana, and like I'm just like excited, because I feel like this whole year has been a slow burn when it's not like off the walls crazy yet. And that's what makes me feel like it's coming, because everything's been very like slow and methodical and like a gradual build up. And it's been that energy in First Kings with the small fist-sized cloud, where nothing crazy is happening, but I see like hints that something's about to go down. I see like sprinkles of change in the atmosphere. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe so. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like I just wanted to say it because I wanted to show that like you can, like things can close and it not actually be like a curse. It's actually like setting you up for the blessing, because like at the end of the day, if that's not what's for me, then I don't really need them, because I already knew. Here's the gag. I knew that if I got into either of those schools, I was going to turn them down for the school that God told me to go to. So like, so them rejecting me made me laugh, because I was like, LMAO, well, I really wasn't going to go. That's what y'all don't know. Like, even if you had accepted me, I was going to say no. So that is the plot twist. But yeah, so, you know, at first I wasn't hurt about Cambridge, because I was like, well, that's the only other one that kind of was tempting to me, so with the out of the picture, whatever. And I then felt like, oh, this is proof that it's supposed to be London, and that technically isn't even in London. And so then for this other school to like do it, I was like, okay, that's like precision at its highest level, because God is like, no, it's not just about London. Like, you need to be in a specific school for specific reasons. So I wasn't even fazed. I was like, okay, like, you know what I mean, like just trusting in that. And I saw this video. And the woman was like, where she was quoting her grandmother, and she was like, either I trust God or I don't. And I've been like challenging myself with that, where I'm just like, actually, like, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna just trust it. I'm gonna trust that it's all good. Because I remember 10 years ago, I was down bad about Yale and Columbia. And then as the years went on, as life went on, I was like, oh, thank God I didn't go there. Thank God that's not it. I can't believe there was an alternate world where I wanted that. Like, that would not have benefited me. So I feel the same way about life now, where I'm like, oh, you know what? That wouldn't have benefited me. And even though I don't fully see why or how the rejection makes sense, I trust it. So anyway, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to add? Yeah, I can't believe it's April. Life is steadily moving, which is kind of like frightening and exciting. But yeah, sorry, people are like doing the most in the background. But yeah, anyway, grateful to still be here, grateful to be rejected, because I'm like, that means there's, you know, things happening up above, up ahead that I don't know, and I'm okay with it. So yeah, excited to be back in the kitchen in the coming weeks, and excited for other things that are coming. So yes, I hope y'all are well, having a great week, and had a good March despite it all. And spring is here, which means harvest is coming, change is coming, newness is coming. So yes, be well, be safe, and I will see you next week.